guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with these, hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with these little frames. Now, I've had these for quite a long time, so I couldn't even tell you, I'm afraid, where I got them from, but I love a frame. So yeah, I've been obviously, yes, hoarding them like I tend to do when I love things. So what I have done, I have, well, finally decided to use them. And I've taken a page from my Rose Park printables, and it's this page with these photographs, and I'm just going to show you. So I printed them two to a page, so they're, you know, 4 photographs printed 2 to a page, so they're kind of the same photos repeated now. And yeah, I've printed them onto normal copy paper, so they're not kind of like too thick or anything. And then I've stuck the frames down. Now, the only one that I kind of struggled to fit another frame in was this one over here. I maybe could have put one of the other frames actually. Let me just pull them back in. Hang on. Might be able to just get one with not too bulky a frame. No, I can't. It kind of just overlaps that frame slightly. So that's fine. I don't mind, you know, don't mind not having that one. Now, I've glued the frames on and I just need to cut them down. Now, I'm hoping that I can actually just tear them so I don't have to actually cut around the frames. Because obviously I've not glued them, you know, smack bang right up to the edge of the frames. So, like that, okay. Okay. Right, now I'm just going to go in here. So this one where it doesn't want to, you know, tear off right by the edge, I must have obviously, you know, glued that down too close to the edge of the frame, if that makes sense. So like that, okay. Right, but on the whole, they're going to just tear, I think, without me having to cut around the frame, which, you know, I'm just being really lazy, to be honest. I mean, this frame here is just completely square, so it wouldn't take 2 seconds to actually just cut this one. But some of them have got a bit of a more fancy decorative edge, and, you know, therefore, if I can just tear them, so that's how the back looks, that's absolutely fine. And it doesn't matter because I'm not, you know, I'm not going to be able to see the edge once I've used them. So just taking them down like that, okay. There we go. Oh my goodness, I mean, I just really love them, to be honest. Now these pictures, obviously, like I say, I have just printed them onto copy paper and just wondering whether I should coffee dye them or not. So I didn't coffee dye them first because I thought maybe I should coffee dye them, you know, together with the frame. So I'm just going to tear the other 4 out, or the other 3, perhaps I should say. Tear the other 3 out, and then I'll decide whether I want to coffee dye or not. So there we go. Like that. Okay. Right. Like that. Okay, that one. And then just these couple. Okay, that one and this final one, and then we'll be done. Oops. Okay. Right, okay. So, yeah, that's my frames now. And then I'm just going to try the coffee dye over one, and we'll just kind of see, and then we can gauge whether we want to do them or not. So, for instance, this one, actually, let's do this one, because I probably like this frame least. This frame, although is a circular frame, if it's circular, you know, where the picture goes, the actual frame is like this diamond shape, which I find a bit strange to use. But obviously, if I'd used it like a square, it would have been off center. So I think you had to kind of go with it like that. But yeah, a bit odd. I do quite like the picture you know, being coffee dyed. So yeah, I will quickly coffee dye them all. I wonder whether I should use my wet wipe instead, because that would probably be slightly less dark. So I've got a wet wipe here that I was using in a previous video, which I have just filmed. So yeah, I'll just use the wet wipe. Okay, I just find that that's a bit more forgiving. With the brush, you just get quite a saturated, you know, coffee look. So yeah, this is a little bit better, I think. Okay. Right. Okay. Yep, looking good. So I'm just going to dry these off with my heat tool. And then I think I'm going to try and varnish them. Now, I bought some new varnish, which is basically like an acrylic resin. And it gets heat set under the UV lamp. Now, I have had a UV lamp for several years. I think I bought it during the lockdown, the first ever lockdown, to be able to do my own nails at home. Now, it didn't really pan out brilliant because I could never get the nail varnish off. Sometimes I do them, but yeah, not very often, because, you know, I do find it a bit problematic. And the nail varnish then ends up peeling off, which really is not great for your nails. So, yeah, at the moment, my heat lamp is underused. So hopefully this is going to be a way that I can use it instead. So just dry these thoroughly. Okay. Right, so I'm thinking varnish these so they're going to have a nice glossy surface. So that one, you know, it looks nice, doesn't it? But I think it's going to look even better if it's actually varnished. So before I do that, I might just go around the edges with a little bit of gold paint. So this is my gold paint stick. It's nearly gone now. I have used this and used this. I really, really love it. But unfortunately, they only sell it in, you know, packs of 10 mixed colours, which, you know, I don't really want all the other colours. I only really like the gold. And yeah, so subsequently I haven't really bought any more. And I have emailed the company a few times, but unfortunately never had a response. So yeah, I'm just going to go in like this. So I was painting it on, it wasn't really doing anything, so I've just put some down on my craft mat and now just going around the edge. You know, I've wet it and now just going around the edge with my finger instead. So now not all of these have got such a gold look. Some look a bit more brown, so I won't go around those with the gold. I'll only go around the slightly golder ones, if that makes sense. So yeah. There we go, and I think I'll go around this one, and who knows, it might really kind of like improve this one, because that one that I said I didn't really like the shape of overly much. Okay, right, okay, so I'm going to quickly dry these off now from the gold paint, and I'm going to take them to my UV lamp and paint the varnish on. Right, so I am back now. I've dug out some of our pieces from our mass making sessions, and I thought let's decorate them up using our frames. So I'm just showing you now what the frames look like. Now, unfortunately, they did curl up slightly in the, you know, the, what do you call that? You know, like the hardening process. So I didn't actually even do these two. So yeah, those two are naked. They're not glossied. This one is obviously, this one is flatter. Now, since, you know, making them hard, I have actually put them underneath like a sort of pile of books to try and like squish them down more. Unfortunately, they still haven't kind of gone flat. Now, this one here also not only is a little bit kind of crinkled, if you see what I mean, it's also a little bit wet on the back. So I've obviously not got rid of all the stuff. you know, the resin mixture. So it's all on the back. So it's a little bit messy, but hopefully once it's glued down, you know, that's all going to kind of disappear. So yeah, let's just kind of like decorate some of our mass made items using some of these gorgeous frames that are now all lovely and glassy looking. So this one I thought would look lovely on this. Now this is some papers from my Pink Lady papers, and yeah, I just thought that frame looks beautiful on there, doesn't it? So I'm going to go for that. Now I've got these flowers which I thought would look really nice, and I've also got some of my paper tickets, which I do wonder whether I could have some of these paper tickets just as some background. So I'm just going to oops. Okay. Yeah, just because I think, you know, I could do with a little bit of something in the background. So I think these tickets might be quite nice. So let's try those. Right, I'm just now hunting around for my ink pad, would you believe? Honestly, I mean, my desk is such a tip. It's not really any wonder that it's gone missing, to be honest. I mean, if you could see the mess that I'm working in, you'd be like, oh, it's a miracle, actually, that she can ever find it. But hold on a second. Let me just clear the decks. Hang on. Right, it was buried over the far back of my desk. So, yes, not really too surprising that it was hidden, buried and hidden. Right, okay, let's ink this up. So, I'm going to have this down here like this. Right. Let's have a look and see. Oh no, look what I've done. What an idiot. I'd obviously been keeping this ready to fussy cut, and now look, I thought, oh, it's probably not really salvageable, to be honest. Well, let's leave that to one side. Oh dear, honestly. It's like a danger zone, like a war zone here in my desk. Oh, right, okay. Let me see whether I could use anything else on here. So, just wondering, you know, whether you want to have anything else going on. Should we try her on here? I just love this stamp catalogue, and yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a waste, to be honest, to use it as you know, like sort of just backing material, because it's like too nice to use. But I mean, well, it's just floating around on my desk, so to be honest, although it is really lovely, it'll probably end up getting damaged, you know, just sitting around on my desk. So it's probably better that I use it rather than waste it. Okay, right, now going to just tear this down slightly. So I was thinking I would have been better off actually gluing with hot glue the ones that are quite curly. I mean, probably especially this one that's, you know, quite all over, whereas most of them I just did the glass section, what would be gloss. So yeah, I've probably kind of like not picked the best one to do this with, to be honest, but let's give it a try. Let's give it a try and see how it looks. So just going to pop this down here. So these are just from my tickets that I've got for sale on my physical shop on my website, not my Etsy shop. Right, let's just give this a bit of an ink around here. Right, I'm a bit worried about gluing this down with such a sort of heavy piece on the front, but again, you know, let's just see how it goes. Hopefully it will all be fine. So yeah, let's just pop that down. Okay, well, quite liking how that looks so far. Just going to get that bit of glue. Right, let's just ink this. So like that, and then a bit of lace across there, or maybe even down the side might be quite nice. Just having a look to see whether... Oh, how about like that? Oh, how about like that? That's gorgeous. So let's pop this lace down with this glue. Oops, like that. Okay. Right. Just going to snip that out. And then here. Yeah, doesn't that look gorgeous? So I don't know whether I will even bother with that flower, to be honest now. But let's just glue this pearly trim down. And again, I have got these pearly trims. These are in the trim packs in my shop, I think. They definitely have been in the trim packs. I've had to vary the trim packs sometimes because I might not be able to get hold of certain things. So they may have varying trims at different times, you know, just according to what I can get hold of at the time. But they are the trim packs where you would get like the black bling and things like that I use. So if you were interested in that, that's where they are. Right, now can you see this is kind of slightly lifting here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop some hot glue and hope that that's going to hold this down a bit better. So fingers crossed here. Now the advantages obviously of hot glue is it's a much more instant glue as opposed to the wet glue, which of course, you know, takes a while to dry. So I'm hoping that that's going to, you know, be a bit better. So let's glue this flower together. Oops. Oh my goodness, come on, come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Ah. Right. This is where these have been all squished up in my, you know, container. So, yeah, I'm a little bit squished now, but anyway, they're still fine. Okey-dokey. Right. Oh, I love how that looks. Now, do we like it? Ooh. Oh, I'm not sure now. Oh, maybe actually at the top. Yeah, at the top. Okay. Right, loving that. Now, what do we want to have in the centre of that flower is the question. I don't know. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, I do realise that was a bit weird. Let me just pull in my, you know, like centres and things. So hold on. Right. Now this might be going to be a bit chunky. But I'm wondering, oh, it is a bit sticky outy, which is a shame because it would look lovely otherwise. Well, unless I have a little bit of lace or something in there, and then I think it would kind of blend in okay. So sometimes, you know, like if you've got something that's sticking out a bit, you know, like a gemstone or anything, if you just pop some lace or something like that, it might just not disguise it exactly, but blend it in a bit. So I then use that. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Let me try. Let's just cut into this so it's got some sort of petals going on. Right, let's just... So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press this down and I'm going to kind of like squish it with my hot glue gun, like that. Just so it's got a slightly more sticking up effect. And then I'm going to just take a bit more lace and cut it a little bit smaller. Okay. Like that. Okay, so a bit of hot glue here, and pop this down here, like that. Okay, and then let's just see now how this would look now. That's better, isn't it? Oops, so I just need to... Oh no, come on, no, no, no. What have I done? No, no. Right. Okay, so really pressing that in so as it gets like a bit of a sort of lift going on. Not a lift, but you know, indentation kind of in the middle. So there we go. Okay. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that pocket look? I mean, it seemed to take forever to actually get there, although to be honest, I don't think I've been filming for that long, so it can't have taken as long as I feel like. But isn't that just so lovely? So, I mean, I don't know really whether I think that the, you know, glossy finish really adds an awful lot to that. I think the frame would have looked pretty nice anyway. You know, but it's just something a little bit different, isn't it? Now, I am having troubles with this staying glued down on this side, where, of course, you know, it's not got the hot glue. So I'm just going to pop some hot glue down there, just to give it a helping hand. Okay, and then just a little bit here as well. Okay. Like that. Okay, right. There we go. Isn't that lovely? So, and that's just one of those pockets that you just glue down on 3 sides and that would just glue straight onto a page. So beautiful, isn't it? Really, really lovely. Okay, so that's that one. Right, let's do this one now. So loving how this one looks, I have to say. This is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And I just thought this one was completely different looking to that last one. So let's have a look. Now, what did I put? I mean, we could again use some more stamp catalogue. I mean, I'm just pulling this in really because I've got it here on my desk from something else. So it's, you know, it's laying around, and it's always quite handy to just use things that are laying about, isn't it? So okay. Oh my goodness, I love how that looks just straight away. So yeah, let's pop this one down. Okay. Like that. And yeah, should we ink that up? Okay. Look this a bit. And then inside. So this is one of those little pocket books like this. So yeah, might as well just ink the whole thing whilst we're you know, whilst we're at it. Okay, so we're going to have this on here. Now, I'm thinking, shall we put the lace down the edge? I mean, I'm just talking now like automatic, you know, lace is definitely going on somewhere. It's just a case of where, because let's be honest, lace will be going on somewhere, you know, where do we want it? Now, do we just want to have a little bit coming out behind the frame? So, for instance, like that. And then also a run of lace down the edge. Like that. Or do we want the lace on this edge? I think I like it on this edge. So, let's just pop some down here. Okay. Like that. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to sort of put this roughly where it's going to go. And then we're going to glue this down, okay? So I'm just going to use my hot glue straight away this time. So I'm not going to muck about with the wet glue. Because to be honest, all that did really was, you know, get in the way then of it actually wanting to glue down. So let's glue that like that. Okie dokie. So again, just press that down. Like that, okay? Right, let's snip that out. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look so pretty? Now I have got this blue flower. I'm not sure whether I want to have a flower on here, but let's just have a look and just see. Oh, it's not really the right colour blue, so I don't think we'll do that. Now, let me see whether I've got any labels. Oh my goodness. Right, everyone brace yourselves, because who knows what could happen here. As it happens, they were just there where I could get hold of them. Which was really more luck than judgment, to be honest. Okay. Oh my goodness, isn't that just so gorgeous? That label's perfect on those papers, isn't it? So these are from my Rich Damask papers, and these are my labels. I think it's like set 2, labels set 2. And oh my goodness, I mean, I'd never noticed that before, but they are perfect, perfect, perfect colour combination, aren't they? Now, do I want to sort of have this like in the middle, or like a sort of title? I mean, I quite liked it over to the side. Like it there. But I do feel like this side's quite plain, so maybe having it to the side is quite nice. So I'll just use my hot glue here. Just have it over here, I think. Oh my goodness, I love how that looks. Right. Now I've just got a little bit of pearl trim, which I just think, oh, everything looks good with bling, doesn't it? And, you know, this is a form of bling, isn't it? Pearls. So, yeah, perhaps we'll have a bit of pearly trim here. So I think we'll have them down there. Let me just pop them down, just, again, just using straight away the hot glue. Okay, right. Don't know whether this is going to be the right colour, but let's just have a look and see. Just because I wonder whether I need another label. Is it a bit boring otherwise? So, yeah, let's give it a try. I think this might actually be dark green, to be honest, this label. I can't really see that brilliantly to see which colour it is, but it might actually not be the right colour at all. But hey, we will give it a go. I mean, actually it does look the wrong colour, doesn't it? I thought once it got on there, you know, it would look okay, but yeah, It doesn't really. Just try this. Oh, my little bow. So for anyone who doesn't watch my channel, that's my dog. She's just come to join me. She's just laying down beside my chair. Yeah. Well, beside my stool. I craft on a stool, so she's just laying down there beside the stool. So, you know, taking her life in her hands. I know I laugh about this all the time, but honestly, she is taking her life in her hands because anything could just drop down on her at any given time. So, yeah, she's super brave. Super brave. She just loves being kind of like where you are. So, you know, I don't know if she's actually super brave, but she just wants to be where you are. Right, okay, now I'm going to just decorate the inside of this, because this is the type of thing that, you know, kind of if you don't do it straight away, you don't end up doing it. So, yeah, I like to, you know, to do it straight away. Otherwise, it will just be one of those things that, you know, I'd come to then use it and be like, oops, I haven't decorated the inside. Oh, my goodness, this is looking like those mouse bites. Oh, gosh. Awful, awful tearing. Okay. Right, let's just see now. Just going to see about one of these tickets again, just because I could probably do with something kind of, you know, to the side here. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So, sorry if you could now hear my son sneezing. So, okay. Let's pop that down there. Pop this down. Okay. Like that. Okay, that looks good. And then let's just have a look and see. Do we want to have any lace or anything like that? Yeah, let's have a bit of lace along there. So let's just take that down. Oh goodness, how pretty does this look? So I'm just going to snip this like that, just so that when this bends, you know, folds over, the lace is not in the way of that crease. So like that. Okay. Right, and then let's just pop this here. There, I think. So a bit of lace along here. Looks super pretty. Okay, and then just this label here. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then do we want anything on this side? I mean, to be honest, I don't really mind that side being, you know, being plain really, but just see if I've got anything that might look good on here. Let's just give this one an ink. Oh, I've actually got some coffee dye going on this wipe from something else. Oh, might have been from the frames actually. So yeah, should we just... Oh, my stomach's rumbling now. It's coming up to lunchtime, so yeah, I'm now getting hungry. So Oh, my ability to craft or do anything will be gone in a moment, probably. So. And that's kind of quite cute, just tucked in the pocket. Just give it a bit of a coffee dye. Okay. This isn't quite right, is it? It's not quite the right piece for there, but struggling to find the right piece, if I'm truthful. So let's just see if maybe if we put lace on. Weirdly, I mean, I don't mind it not having lace because I feel like otherwise we've got a bit of a lace overload going on. And unless I have another frame. I could, bit again, frame overdose, isn't it? Frame overload. To have like two, I think. So yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. Got a ticket. Let's just ink this up. I mean, if I'm gluing this down, I don't need to be inking both sides, but I'm just inking both sides just in case, so. Do you know what? I'm thinking actually, I quite like just this little portion of this here. I think, yeah. Maybe we'll just have something like that. So let's just glue this one down. I don't know why I just have spent so long dithering and deliberating about this one, but I was kind of doing okay, and then just suddenly I went into that awful overthinking mode. And once you've gone into that, it's really hard to stop it, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Oh, loving how that looks. Yeah, loving that. Now, do we think that is a lace overload or do we think it needs the lace? I'm so sorry if you can hear my son. He's hoovering his room. So, yeah. I mean, obviously not that I'm going to be moaning because he's hoovering his room, but I'm sorry if you can hear it, obviously. You know, I do apologise if you can hear that noise, which I'm sure you must be able to because it's pretty loud. Right, there we go. I'm just going to have that bit of lace down there. Like that, okay? Like that. Okie dokie. Right, loving how that looks. So, yeah. So we've got the frame on the front and then obviously the tickets in there. Right, the next one is... Oh, should we do this one? That's that... you know, odd shaped frame because, you know, I definitely didn't like it. It's my least favourite out of all of them. So, yeah, let's just kind of see what we can do with that. So, actually, so this is just from my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. So, again, just going to ink this. Now, I probably will be gluing this in, but just in case I don't, I'm just going to ink the back of it as well. So, coffee dye the back of it as well. So now I'm thinking that that looks quite good on there because obviously it's you know, that irregular shaped frame. The fact that this is quite a long pocket, it just kind of like softens this being so angular, I think. So I think it kind of improves it, to be honest. Now, just because I've got this lace here, shall we just try this? So let's just pop that down there like that. And that is quite nice. Just seeing whether we need to put any book page on here. Or even here. Oops. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I might just quickly ink this up a little bit before we glue it down. The only reason is because obviously this is wet now. So it's still wet from the coffee. So if I use my distress ink, it's going to go very dark, you know, because it darkens, doesn't it, when you use it and it gets wet. So yeah, I don't want to kind of obviously make it really dark. So there we go. Right, that's that one. Now, I am just wondering, because I've got this gorgeous blue Varimontes ribbon. I mean, I know that kind of doesn't really belong there, but is that just like gorgeous and striking and, you know, like unexpectedly, you know, yummy? I mean, I think that looks really lovely. We could keep it, of course, we could keep it just, you know, completely colourless and neutral. And, you know, I say so much that I would love to do that, but I can't help it, because once I pull in something that's colourful, you know, invariably I do then think, oh, I prefer it with the colour. So, yeah, I mean, I did like it neutral. But once you put the colour on, it just, you know, for me personally, takes it to like another level. And I'm not saying that that's everybody's cup of tea, you know, but I'm just saying for me, I really do love, you know, the whole colour kind of aspect. Right, now I'm just trying to, oops, move this down. Oh gosh, why did I touch this? Oh my goodness. Why did I touch that at all? Shouldn't have touched it. Right, let's try again. So I'll just rethread this through. Okay, right. One. Oh, come on, come on. Two. Come on. Okay, right. Oops. Okay. Oh dear. Right. Now the only thing is would we have this over or under? I mean, unless we just have it. Oh, that's really weird, isn't it? What if we just had it on the frame? What if we just had it on the frame and then have like a little ruffle somewhere like this bottom section? So, right, let's just see. Oh my goodness. I mean, that ties in the blue in both places. Oh, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, it's not quite right on there, is it? If I'm truthful. As we have it there, more like that. Let's just see how that looks. Quite like that, actually. I mean, it's a bit strange, but quite like it. So, right, now, I have to be very careful how we're going to put this down, because we've not really got any leeway, if you see what I mean. So, right, let's just take this right across here. So, like that. Okie dokie. Right. now I'm going to go in here, snip this down, snip this down. Oh my goodness, I love that. Now I've just got a bit of fraying going on here, so okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to now glue this down here like that. Oops. Now, obviously don't need to glue where it's overhanging the edges. And of course I don't know where it's overhanging the edges, so I've just had to sort of guesstimate really and hope for the best. Okay, like that. Hopefully that's okay. Right, and then, oops, come on. Oh no, I've glued. Oh, come on, come on. Right. Oh gosh. It's quite fray type ribbon. It's annoying, you know, that it's doing that. Right, let's now ruffle this up. Now, obviously this is velvet, so it's kind of like going to be quite bulky if I ruffle it really like in that scruffy way that we normally, you know, would ruffle, say, like sari silk or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and like more fold it, crease it, but in a scruffy way. So not being straight, if you see what I mean. So like this, I'm going to go like that. So I'm going to do it as I go. So I'm going to glue this piece down here. Okay. Yep. And then I'm going to glue this one here. Like that. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this one like that. Okay, so can you see I'm building up in a scruffy way? So it's a little bit fiddly, it's a little bit time consuming, but it's definitely way more interesting than just having straight edge folds, which would be the alternative with a ribbon that's a little bit thicker, I think. So, you know, I think it is worth, you know, worth spending a little bit of time doing this, to be honest. So like that, and then, oops. Okay. That, oh, I've got a lot of hot glue threads here, it's got to be said. It's not the best for if you don't like hot glue threads, it's not the best, because, you know, by nature it's obviously attracting a lot of hot glue usage. Right, there we go. So let me get my hot glue threads off of here. Okay, but I love how that looks. So now I'm going to just snip it here at the end. Oops, like that. Okay. Now it is kind of overhanging at the end, but I quite like that. So obviously if you need to go in and, you know, glue it down anywhere where you think it might have a vulnerable point, then obviously you can do that. But hopefully it's all, you know, it's all kind of quite robust now. So do we want to have it at the top as well? It maybe would look quite nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, I mean, there's a temptation not to, because of course it's just more faffing about, but you know, let's not be lazy. Let's put it down because I think it will look nice. So yeah, like that. It probably helps if you get your first one going off at a bit of an angle. So then as soon as you've got started, you're sort of wonky. You know, that probably helps then going forward. So then we've got this one here like that. Okay. Okay. And then here, wow, that's really like gone super wonky now. I've probably overdone the wonkiness of this one, to be honest, but let's persevere anyway. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, can you see those glue threads? They're just like everywhere, literally everywhere. It's very glue thread intensive, this particular thing. Okay. And then we'll just do like a sort of bit of a wonky one here. Okay, and then hopefully we can just tail it off here. So like that. Okay, right, that was a lot of fiddly bits. I mean, to be honest, you know, it wasn't too bad, but I'm just quite a, you know, I struggle with anything that you need to be fiddling and being a bit sort of, yeah, a bit, what's the word, like precise. So, yeah, for me it was a bit fiddly, but doesn't that look gorgeous? I mean, we could have left it, like I say, quite neutral, but oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that blue look on there? Oh, yummy, yummy. Just love the addition of the blue. I mean, we could even put the pearl down as well. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit much, but hey, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's put that down as well. So, yeah, let's make it really over the top. So, oh my goodness. How gorgeous is that? So, yeah, super, super yummy. So, that's probably all that we've got time for. I'm having a look at the time. I don't know how long I was filming for previously, but yeah, we might not have time for another one. But let's view the 3 that we did decorate. So, yeah, we did these 3. So, don't they look scrumptious? So, please let me know below which one is your favourite. I have to say, I love this blue. It's, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Although, I have to say, I do really, really like this one. And it's strange because I'm normally a pink person. But, yeah, that's probably my least favourite. But, yeah, let me know below which one is your favourite. And, yeah, I hope that you feel inspired. And thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, then. Bye.